Blanchett, what is your moral compass? Where does kindness and humanity sit in a brutal world? Because those are important questions to ask right now.
In my vagina. Well, my husband, Andrew Upton, and I ran the Sydney Theatre Company he ran it for 10 years almost, and this is the culmination. This is the last play he programmed.
This happened.
Picture it. Los Angeles, sunset bleeding neon over the CAA building. News drones hover like techno mosquitoes while paparazzi rev motorcycles outside Craig's. Suddenly, every phone lights up. Push alert. Blake Lively sues Justin Baldoni for sexual harassment and a weaponized smear campaign.
It's so hard to do what you really, really desperately want in life. It's so much easier just to do you don't care either way about.
Wow.
There are text messages that refute every single thing in that complaint.
I have no idea on what grounds these two are going to attempt to dismiss his lawsuit. I could understand some possible arguments that her publicist might make and fail, because I told you, he's got evidence.
One swipe later, a second alert slams in. Baldoni fires back, demands $400 million, drags Ryan Reynolds into the blast radius. The internet melts. Stans pick sides faster than you can retweet. Memes of Lily Bloom drop-kicking Rylin.
From Armie Hammer, who got fired from Gossip Girl because he said during a dinner that she was a bitch, regarding Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, when I just recognize that they are up on their high horses and that they potentially treat people very badly and that really they're bored and rich. Another circumstance that made me see right through Ryan Reynolds and the kind of person that he is when, despite being friends with Joe Alwyn, who dated Taylor Swift for 5 years, she's best friends with Blake Lively.
Court trend before midnight. Welcome to the messiest rom drama since Depp for Heard, only this time the marketing budget is still on the line. Remember when set insiders gushed that It Ends With Us was a collaborative love fest? Yeah, about that. Halfway through principal photography, a camera assistant's anonymous Reddit AMA alleged that Blake flag planted in Video Village, demanding new coverage angles and final cut notes. Justin, actor-director hybrid, Wayfarer mogul.
So in Justin Baldoni's lawsuit, he accuses Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively of colluding with the New York Times. Do you guys remember what the article was actually entitled that they actually released on 12/21? We can bury anyone inside a Hollywood smear machine.
At the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative, and her biggest takeaway was, it was so nasty.
Frustrated customers are not only offloading these subpar products, but are also flooding social media with viral outcries demanding accountability. Resident Nice Guy reportedly saw red. Crew morale dipped, overtime soared, and the Sony Ledger bled 7 extra shooting days. One source later told Business Insider that Blake's edits reshaped the entire third act around her close-ups. Business Insider Africa fans say that's a boss move icon. Critics whisper it's the textbook power grab fueling Justin's countersuit.
And used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. And we're carefully considering other people that will be sued.
Well, she filed a civil rights complaint in Los Angeles, and then within 24 hours, the New York Times had the scoop. They published the complaint in its entirety, and it looked suspicious.
Shitty product with atrocious marketing. You have yourself a disastrous brand that will go out of business.
And to the point where this guy was in the basement at his own movie's premiere. And that what in fact happened was you guys were the ones out there generating negative press against Justin. You guys were the ones who were trying to ruin Justin.
Who's right? Jury's out, literally. Cut to April 2025. While depositions prep like battle drills, Time magazine drops its 100 most influential list. Nestled between President Swift, kidding, for now, and AI ethicist Timnit Gebru sits, surprise, Blake Lively. Civil rights legend Sherilyn Ifill pens a glowing profile.
Another bombshell, and this time it is pertaining to the New York Times. Amazing that you're not going to believe this, okay? It looks like Justin Baldoni may have a very strong case against the New York Times.
Blake's beauty brand is so bad they are donating her products to Goodwill.
This is about that narrative that I think they instantly started spinning. I believe that they are going to be able to prove in court that this was personal. Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni, all of the issue. If you look at that URL, look at the date on that, 12/16/2000.
Praising Blake's philanthropy and industry trailblazing. 2. Some, the accolade screams earned. To others, the timing is suspiciously perfect. TikTok sleuths unpack the optics, positive press buffering a looming courtroom slugfest, conspiracy mode ignites. Did Blake's PR machine grease the wheels? No proof, just popcorn.
All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally, to all of the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber Heard.
The New York Times apparently reviewed 1,000 or more pages of text messages. They would have seen it. Justin never wanted to hurt her, never wanted to be negative to her. And it's all over the place.
But they believed her narrative instantly because the allegations were so strong. And I just kind of held fire because I don't trust the New York Times to save my life.
You did not know both of their lawsuits have been consolidated into one legal showdown instead of these two separate lawsuits.
But perception can be poison, and Justin's team wastes 0 seconds filing a spicy press statement hinting at strategic sainthood. And then, oh boy, Cate Blanchett strolls onto a late-night talk show wearing surgical white McQueen and drops this gem. Maybe we should leave awards show theatrics off our screens and celebrate art, not algorithms. The internet hears shade. Within hours, learned Cate new trends worldwide. Pundits splice her quote next to Blake's Time cover, editing side-eyes that could slice marble. Cate never names names, but Hollywood translators speak fluent insinuation. Outcome? A classy Oscar winner accidentally, or not, spikes the discourse. Team Blake tweets heart emojis. Team Justin posts reaction gifs of Jim Halpert looking into the camera. Millennial moms on Facebook quote Blake's Gossip Girl monologues for courage. Gen Z TikTokers duet bald cap skits, mocking Justin's rumored savior complex. Meanwhile, YouTube LawTube veterans livestream docket breakdowns, pulling. 200K concurrence per hearing. Everyone cashes in on the drama. Important nuance, harassment lines exist and both sides catch vile DMs. YouTube demonetizes 3 channels for doxing extras. Twitter, X, flags 8 rumor threads. Yet the algorithm thrives on conflict. One micro-influencer even claims a barista saw Blake reading deposition transcripts at Alfred Coffee. 0 verification, 100K likes. Welcome to 2025 publicity mechanics. Behind the velvet-draped courtroom doors, this isn't just a lawsuit. It's war. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni's legal teams have turned the pre-trial phase into a full-blown battlefield, with both camps arming themselves with timelines, transcripts, and testimony designed to publicly annihilate the other. Lively's attorneys are banking on a narrative of strategic erasure. According to recently filed documents, her legal squad assembled a meticulous color-coded timeline, tracking every instance where Blake's creative input was allegedly edited out, overlooked, or altered post-feedback. Emails show late-night production calls abruptly canceled after script changes were requested. Internal memos flagged by her team allegedly include comments like, "Cut her input, we're losing control." They claim it wasn't a creative difference. It was a campaign to ice her out. In response, Baldoni's side is playing the long game, armed with sworn crew affidavits and digital receipts. Multiple crew members reportedly submitted testimony, describing what they call rampant diva behavior by Lively, from locking herself in trailers to storming off set over lighting angles. One affidavit refers to a now infamous Slack thread titled "Monk Save the Third Act," a back channel where crew allegedly vented about last-minute reworks forced in to accommodate Blake's notes, including a beach scene rewritten 4 separate times. It's more than just egos now. At stake are back-end profits tied to international streaming rights and theatrical distribution bonuses. If Baldoni can convince the court that Lively derailed the film's production to gain leverage, or worse, to seize the spotlight, then insurers like Chubb may withhold millions in payout protections that would not only incinerate the current budget, but also nuke financing options for Baldoni's future projects. One source close to the production calls it a career extinction level event waiting to happen. But Lively's legal team isn't bluffing either. If they prove a pattern of retaliation, intentional sabotage of her contributions, erasure of her edits, marginalization in decision-making, it could permanently damage Baldoni's carefully cultivated image as Hollywood's good guy feminist. His best-selling books, motivational speaking gigs, and documentary brand all rest on the premise of allyship. The court of public opinion is watching closely, and the wrong headline could destroy that brand in a single click. Then there's the powder keg of pretrial discovery: emails, DMs, call recordings, script drafts, behind-the-scenes footage. The biggest fight right now? Whether it stays locked behind court seals or spills into the public like gasoline on a wildfire. Judge Sanchez has yet to rule, but sources say the tension in chambers is knife-edge level. Lively's lawyer argues that unsealing the documents would trigger mass doxing, including the publication of private addresses and family names already circulating in tabloid leaks. She warns that internet mobs could weaponize out-of-context screenshots, turning artistic disagreements into reputation-destroying smear campaigns. Baldoni's side, however, wants it all public. They say transparency is the only way to clear his name, and they're betting that if the public sees the full picture, Lively's narrative will collapse under its own weight. One insider said, "She's spinning this like a PR pro, but once the receipts drop, sympathy's going out the window." The media is already circling like vultures. Streaming platforms are rumored to be in talks for exclusive docuseries rights, depending on who emerges with the moral high ground. Tabloids have FTP folders ready to download exhibits the second Judge Sanchez gives the green light. At least 3 film bloggers have already leaked descriptions of unused script pages that allegedly show Lively rewriting her co-star's monologues to elevate her character. Meanwhile, popcorn sales are up. Literally. Financial analysts tracking Google Trends say that interest in the lawsuit has surged so high, it's affecting consumer behavior, with celebrity trial snacks trending in grocery markets and Reddit. Threads predicting courtroom outfits like it's the Oscars. What happens next hinges on one decision: seal or unseal. A single ruling could crack this entire saga open like a dam, letting every petty fight, rewritten line, and scathing text message flood the public record. Lively's team calls that an invasion of privacy. Baldoni's team calls it accountability. And, right now, every lawyer's next chess move could shift the board for good. A completion bond is basically an insurance-backed pinky promise to investors. This movie will finish on time and on budget, or the bond company will cough up the cash and take control. Typical premiums hover between 2% and 5% of total budget investing brokers. Peanuts on micro indies, but on a $60 million Colleen Hoover adaptation, that's $1.3 million straight off the top. Bond underwriters audit everything: script pages, location grids, even the lead actor's Instagram to gauge distraction risk. If a star lands in the yellow flag column of the unofficial risk talent list, the premium inflates faster than Dolby popcorn, sometimes by an extra $1 million. One veteran broker told Leader's Edge that even a 1-point bump can cost 6 figures on mid-budget picks, where Blake stands. Sources say her name now glows after the Baldoni countersuit. That status alone could tack an estimated $1.5 million onto any future bond, making studio CFOs twitch. Where Justin stands, historically greenlit as a safe bet, family-friendly image, philanthropy, man enough TED Talks. But if depositions validate accusations of retaliation, his column could flip to yellow overnight, nuking Wayfarer's leverage on future slates. Circle March 9th, 2026 in red Sharpie and tape it to the fridge. Judge Louis J. Lyman locked that date in a January 27 order, giving Hollywood 14 months to freak out in real time. Blake wants her expanded seal to cloak text tirades, unused script pages, and cast party videos she calls contextless. Justin frames that as strategic opacity. If Judge Lyman refuses to seal, the public docket could unlock a midnight dump so spicy TMZ might need extra servers. Industry insiders whisper one streamer has a low 8-figure docuseries budget contingent on that unseal. No one on record, just someone who knows someone texting Variety reporters. For Blake, mental health experts, 2 cinematographers alleging creative strangulation, and a surprise Oscar-nominated actress ready to testify about a pattern of retaliation. For Justin, production accountants with overrun spreadsheets, a camera assistant Slack cached on Save the Third Act, and subpoenas poised for Gal Gadot to paint a portrait of on-set power struggles. Ryan Reynolds and Blake's longtime publicist remain co-defendants. Both could be forced to take the stand, guaranteeing headline gold. TikTok lawfluencers plan verdict watch sleep streams. YouTube creators preload thumbnail templates. Blake wins. Baldoni vindicated? X Spaces expect 200K concurrent listeners the moment the jury foreperson clears their throat. Meanwhile, both sides beg fans to chill. Platforms' harassment filters already sweating. This isn't just about two celebrities. It's a referendum on how power, PR, and accountability collide in 21st century filmmaking. A Blake victory could embolden actors to seize creative reins. A Justin win might scare insurers into labeling outspoken A-listers risk talent for years. Either way, March 9, 2026 promises a culture war flashpoint streaming straight from Courtroom 26B to every push notification on planet Earth. So mark the date, charge the ring light, and get popcorn futures while they're cheap. The countdown. Clock is loud, and every tick echoes across the industry. So, fam, where does that leave us? We're halfway through a Hollywood roller coaster that fuses legal jeopardy, PR jujitsu, and award season politics into a single migraine-inducing headline. The next 18 months will decide if Blake Lively graduates from alleged saboteur to vindicated visionary, or if Justin Baldoni's nice guy brand becomes a case study in popcorn-fueled downfall. Question for you. Are time covers tactical shields or genuine flowers? Did Cate Blanchett stealth subtweet a cautionary tale, or are we reading runic tea leaves? Drop your takes below. Keep it civil, keep it crispy. Smash that sub button, ring the drama bell, and remember, in the court of public opinion, the comment section is the jury. Until the next filing hits Pacer, stay caffeinated, stay skeptical, and as always, stay tuned.